In today's video, we are going to talk about the dangers of using free public Wi-Fi networks and also the measures you can take to protect yourself. So make sure to watch this video till the end. Okay, let me start from the ground. Free public Wi-Fi networks normally do not have any security, and if there is, it will not be strong enough to match the possible dangers. So data that is sent over these networks is often unencrypted and unsecured, leaving you vulnerable to a lot of different forms of attacks that we're going to discuss here today. Number 1, theft of personal information. Back in the day, we used to store our pictures in frames and photo albums, but nowadays everything is digital. Our smartphones and computers have become the ultimate storage devices for everything. We store things like pictures, passwords, financial information, and also personal information. Well, the list is endless. All the eggs in one basket. And if anything happens to the basket, everything is lost. And in our case, our gadgets are the baskets and the eggs represent our data. So when you connect to any free public Wi-Fi network, you are literally opening all the doors for hackers to have a party with your personal information. And some might ask, what are the dangers of hackers collecting my personal information? Well, for me to answer that question, let me list some of the possible dangers that you might face. Number 1, data ransom. This is when hackers ask for money to return back the stolen data. And number 2, identity theft. This is when hackers use your identity to commit crime, get medical benefits, or employment. And they can also buy things with your credit card or debit card information. So as you can see, personal information needs to be protected at all costs. And bear in mind that this is by no means the list of all the possible dangers of hackers gaining access to your personal information. Okay, moving on now to number 2 on our list of the dangers of using free public Wi-Fi networks, unencrypted connections. As I've mentioned earlier on, most public Wi-Fi networks do not encrypt data, meaning if you send an email, it will be easier to hack compared to if you're sending data over a secure private network. So if you're sending a confidential email and it gets hacked, that might be a big problem. Number 3, distribution of malware. This is viruses, worms, spyware, Trojan horse, and adware. And if you don't know any of those malware types that I've just mentioned, there's a video on this channel with all the information about all these malware types. So I'll leave a link in the description below. So go to that video and check it out. Okay, back to our issue. For all these malware types to function, they are supposed to be distributed. And what's the best way of doing this? Free public Wi-Fi networks. The virus will delete all your files, the worm will fill up your storage, and the spyware will steal all your data. So clearly, you can see that there are more disadvantages in using free public Wi-Fi compared to the benefits that you get. So next time before you connect, think first. And if you decide to connect, avoid sending any confidential information. You can also make use of a VPN to increase your security.